Okay, so I've been given a silver, supposedly silver ring to repair. It's a Huggy ring. Now, it has got a stamp saying S925, but on the inside I can see bubbling, and the crystal structure of where the break is doesn't look right for silver. And then if I look more closely, I can see where the plating is. So unfortunately it's a silver plated ring. I have no idea what the metal is. It's some kind of alloy composite. It's some cheap stuff. So what I'm going to do is, rather than disappoint them, I'm going to remake this ring in silver. I'm going to try and solder this back together so I can get the actual size or the length of it, because it's supposed to be like an open ring, so it should be like that. Well, I've tried gently annealing it, and it would appear it's made from lead. If I can get this open enough, I can put it in the vise. I can then gently flatten it out. The thing is just to keep an even amount of pressure on it. So it's just wanting to break, but as long as I can get it reasonably flattened out, so I can get some measurements off it. We're nearly there. Got it flattened out probably best as we can. So I want to add just a little bit extra, because the few wavy bits, so 75 mil. And its thickness 4 mil. Depth 2 mil. Okay, well, we're going to keep that to one side for our reference for the design of the hands. Luckily I've already actually got a bit of cast 925 silver, and we're going to get milling this down to about 4.5 mil, and we'll then work from there. In fact, I'll probably do it at 5, and then yeah, take it from that, because the hands are a little bit wide. And here to set them. This is the most time-consuming process of jewellery making, really, is when you need to mill down your metal, because you can only go so far at a time, otherwise you risk introducing micro cracks, which as you go further along and you compact the crystals together, those cracks get bigger and bigger. So you have to keep annealing. I keep checking. The early stages are the most crucial. You don't want to go too far. probably do one more, and then after a while you actually learn. Do another one. Yeah, there we go. You learn to feel the resistance in the crank. So like how hard the metal is becoming. So I'm just going to kill one of these lights. A minute. And that goes into my pickle. Just quenches it. It gets rid of any oxidisation off the surface. Give that a wipe. The annealing process, if you didn't know, is what you're doing is you're relaxing the crystal structure, so it re-softens it back into still the same shape. It expands a tiny amount, but not a huge amount. And then it's just a case of keep doing this over and over again. Get so far, you anneal it. You just keep doing it until you have your desired thickness. Ultimately what you're doing is slowly stretching the metal. It's the same process as if you're forging iron, it's just that ferrous metals like iron, you strike the iron hot and you shape it when it's hot. Yeah, there we go. That's definitely on the edge there. But with non-ferrous, silver, gold, platinum, aluminium, copper, you shape it or forge it cold. You try forging it hot, it actually becomes brittle. So I get it so it's just a cherry, just a little cherry red. So I can do it with this light. I just shield the direct light from it and then I can see. And then once you can't see any colour from it, you can anneal it. Sometimes if you do it when it's still really bright, especially if you've slightly over annealed it, you put it in the cold water straight away and that can introduce cracks through thermal shock. If you've ever dumped hot glass in cold water and seen it shatter, same thing. Well, it won't shatter, but same principle. bit of silver here was originally going to be to make a load more links for a foxtail bracelet that I'm doing, which that'll be in another video. Yeah. So I'm just going to carry on doing this until I get to the next stage, and I'll catch you then. Right, so I'm at my, well, just shy of my desired thickness. I need to get a cradle. It's tension this. Set a cradle. Catch basket for all the finings that come off. Well, I have to be rough, but yeah, just capture all these bits that come off and remelt them back down. For now, doesn't really matter. And this excess that I'm cutting off, there'll be more excess. I've just got it down to just shy of my desired thickness or width. There we go. It will get longer. Put that there, because I can use that for some wire. But what I need to do now is I just need to stretch it in a different direction. I'm going to start, because it's got a little bit of a D shape to it, so I'm going to start forming that on this side. Not all the way, but a good, reasonable good portion of the way. So kneel it again. Then we're turning that light off, but oh well. Nice, got a toasty, nice warm hand. Into that. Get my rag. Just wipe this off. I should have some clean water really to rinse it off in, but I oil my rollers every time. For this, I just want to start forming it. This will stretch it out even further. Doing this, you don't want to go too far because you end up mushrooming the sides out rather than stretching it lengthways. Well, this one, it's all about consistency, so you consistently go on the same side, whereas when you're just drawing it out, kind of want to switch flip it around so you get it pushed out in all directions. I want to take this down to about 2.5 millimeters. And each time I do it, as you can see, it's going to curve it, and eventually it'll match the curve of the mill. And I just want to check for cracking as well. A few more and then we'll anneal it again. Yeah, just feel that resistance putting in, so time to anneal. And that's basically what we're doing at this stage. So almost got the form. See, so it's got that bit of a D shape to it. Kind of see it more that way. So it's almost there. Just gonna pass it through, I think maybe one more time. A couple more turns. I'll measure it against what we've got. I've already cut some excess off. You always need to work with a little bit more than what you've got when it comes to silver and gold. Yep, there we go. I don't want to take it any further than that. A nice sort of classic shape. And yeah, got plenty to work with there. And what I'm going to do is probably get drawn out a little bit more again because I need to flatten the ends out just a tiny bit for the hands. Really ought to put some wax. I want to get some oil, some cutting oil or machining oil for this, but when I first started I got this wax and I've still got loads of it left. I don't like waste, so I'm going to use it until I haven't got any, and then I'll get a little bit of oil. It does make life easy. Right. So I don't need to anneal the whole thing every time, so I can just do the ends. For now, I'm just going to use the little one.